Hey guys, it's me, Carla, RoladexStitches, and I'm back for my 27th video. How are ya? How have things been? Things have been crazy over on my end. A lot going on. I just came off of the high of StitchCon Weekend A. Today is, hold on, let me make sure. So today is Sunday, the 20th of June, and this will go up tomorrow probably on the 21st. So everyone from StitchCon B, Weekend B, will be home as well, and I won't be spoiling anything for anyone. So yay, okay, cool. Yeah, I had to make sure I ran that through in my head. Like I said, I'm Carla. I was part of Weekend A of StitchCon 2021 in Sharonville, Ohio, which is basically Cincinnati, which is like 30 minutes from where I grew up. Born and raised, Dayton, Ohio. It was insane being back in that area again, but also all new stuff because holy crap, I was just there for StitchCon and it was amazing. I'll get into that here in a little bit. That was last weekend, and then just a few days ago on the 17th was my 38th birthday, and it's been very relaxing and very chill and very wonderful. So I am now totally recovered and ready to actually film because I was like, ooh, you know, coming off the high, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna film right when I get home and make sure everything is ready to go and get everything set up. And I was exhausted. We got home, let's see, late on Sunday. After driving all day, I had to take several naps because I did not I did not sleep the night before very well because I was just too revved from everything. So my mom and I drove back. She drove out with me. I dropped her off at family's house, went straight down to the convention, stayed all weekend, drove back, picked her up early Sunday morning, left straight out of there, and drove the whole way, which should have been 9-ish hours with no stops. Normally we stop a lot, so 10 hours. This took closer to 12 because I had to stop a couple times and just straight take naps, like little refresher naps, because I was exhausted. Yeah. Wouldn't change a damn thing about it though. It was wonderful. It was very, very wonderful. I got to, like I said, I don't like saying meet the people, like people that I've talked to for months and years, just because I mean, like, I know them already, like several of the people that I've already known and really connected with since my whole, you know, cross-stitch journey began. I got to actually meet them in person. That's the way I like to word it. You know, we got to solidify those friendships and really just, it was amazing. I did 0 stitching. I got in about 30 half stitches, if that tells you anything. I brought in, I'm not even gonna pull it, I didn't even bring it over here because that's how little you'd be able to tell. I worked on my Wicked Witchcraft. If I have a picture, I'll pop it here. But I had all the bottom legs done, the half stitching done in the cauldron part. And I was like, oh, this will be great. I'll be able to just sit and stitch and get these top stitches all done on this cauldron and work on the rest of the frame and her dress. I mean, I had grandiose plans and 2 other pieces that I was gonna work on as well in case I finished that. What the hell was I thinking? Like, no, that's not how that weekend went for me at all. Like I said, I didn't even get, the cauldron was already half stitched anyways, like fully stitched, and the top part of the cauldron just had the bottom legs done on it, so all I had to do was cross those X's, and I didn't even get all that done, if that is an indicator. So yeah, that and I'm totally good with that, by the way. I'm not bitching at all. It was wonderful. After not peopling for a year and a half, really, just between, well, shit, actually over that, because very little peopling happened in Japan. And, you know, just, I was out and about, but I wasn't really socializing a whole lot because, you know, the whole language barrier and all that. So seeing and experiencing this, I was full throttle from the moment I walked in the door. It was surreal walking in because I had like several people be like, I heard, oh my God, it's Roladex. Oh my God, look, that's Carla. That's Carla. And eventually people learned that, you know, that they didn't need to whisper and they didn't need to, you know, be like, oh, it's her. Because, hi, who the hell am I? And Lily, she was one of the first people that was like, oh my God, Carla. And I was like, yes. And of course I react. I didn't, you know, what I just did. Yeah, that was very cool and calm and collected. How I reacted in my head and probably in person was, oh fuck, what'd I do? Yeah, am I in trouble? Because that's typically why I get called out. Normally that's why people are hollering for me because I did something. So I felt a little called out. But no, she just wanted to talk and gab and be amazing. And that was, I had literally just walked into the convention center. Like everyone was still lining up. So that was really cool. I got to talk with her for a little while and then even more as the weekend went on. Yeah, but rewinding a tiny bit, after I dropped my mom off on, well, I spent the night in Dayton Wednesday night. I left early, went straight, as soon as I got to Cincinnati, I went straight to Keepsakes, which I guess it's not Cincinnati, it's Sharonville. And I knew, like, I had this plan. I was like, so listen, I know they're bringing, that Keepsakes is bringing stuff from the shop to the convention center, but I just had a feeling, I was like, I know everyone's going to be swamping this place and that place. I want to get here before anyone else is. So, you know, I don't use my brain very often, but that was definitely a good call on mine because I wanted to kit up Frogwarts Year 2, which is really exciting. And I think I got everything but 3 or 4 flosses, which is fine. I think it'll be all right. I can hopefully find places to source those. But yeah, got all that done. And of course, before I even got to like get in and, you know, get to the flosses, because they said, you know, if you've ever been to Keepsakes, you know, it's upstairs and in one of the little rooms. I looked down the hallway and I was like, oh man. I said, I guess this is where all the cool kids hang out. And there was my girl, Rocio. Rocio Kokohamas was the first person that I got to see, that, you know, I knew, you know, that we had talked a lot. And we just hugged and got all, you know, like, you know, verklempt and excited. You know, we did the squeal where we hug and yell, and it was wonderful. And seeing her and knowing that while our journeys haven't been the same, but moving away from home to an island far from home, and then having a pandemic happen, and then moving back home in the midst of that pandemic, we were, we felt each other. We knew, we kind of knew our struggles, and it was, we had talked about that before, obviously, but seeing each other, it just really just, it was good. It was good shit. It was the goodest of shit, and I loved it. And she's my girl. Love you, Rose. So after that, I didn't really meet anyone else that I cared about. I just wanted to focus on seeing the floss and picking that out. Of course, she stood there and helped me pick out whatever because I was just too damn excited. And yeah, we looked around the shop a little bit more, but it was coming up on 12, and we knew that it was time to head over and hit registration. And of course, we got there, and she had saved a spot for me in line, so we walked through together, and I'm walking up, I see Steph and everything, and the other wonderful, amazing people from Keepsakes that kept us all going and kept us straight and in line the entire weekend and kept the whole thing rolling. That started right there from minute 1, and we got all of our, you know, our registration packets and these amazing, my daughter's already confiscated my bag. We got this cool body bag. There's a word for it that I'm not thinking of, but I'm sure someone has shown it. But it says StitchCon on it and had a bunch of amazing goodies in it. And then we also got this adorable little thing. Make sure you can see it. If I can get it out of the glare. But yeah, it's Ohio. And the little heart right where Keepsakes is, where the convention center was. And it's perfect because my heart is literally just a little bit above that there in Dayton, where, like I said, born and raised. This was one of their gifts to us. It is, you open it, you can shove all your orts in there. It has a perfect little note in there telling you that. So super cute. A great memento for a weekend that we will never forget. I was very lucky enough to run into Colleen, Rebel Stitcher, Moon Pie, shortly thereafter. And she was like, hey, you know, we had already saved you a seat. We're right over here. And we were table, I think it was 13 and 14 is what she told us, or maybe it was 14 and 15. I don't know, because literally we just like spread our stuff out across 3 tables for the entire weekend pretty much, and we just rotated because none of us really sat still very well. So at my table, again, I barely got any pictures. If I have a picture, or if I find a picture of all my table mates, I'll put it here, but I really don't think I have one. I know I got to sit with Amy, Sprinklestein Stitchers, who was an absolute joy and delight to see. She brought her friend, Lisa, who was super sweet and great meeting her. I think they are close. They live close together in New Jersey. So that was really cool. Like, they got to travel together and everything, because it's a bit of a drive for them too. And then, so I'm trying to think of like where across the 3 tables, who was all there. Just at the first table that I sat at, like I said, it was Amy and Lisa, and then Colleen, Rebel Stitcher. Everyone knows Colleen. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. P.S. I'll be dropping as many names as I can remember down in my bottom box down there. That could be dirty, but you know what I mean. Names and tags that I remember will be in the info box. Colleen, me, we saved seats for Jody and Aaron and Kristen from Steel City Stitchers. We knew Kristen wasn't coming in until Friday, but we had them there just in case. And I think that pretty much filled up the first table that we had. And the second table, it was RoladexStitches, and then and Candy from the 614 Stitcher, OH girl. And then some people that I had not met before or really spoken to, but got to know really, really well through that weekend was Liz. She was there. I know she's on Instagram, and I'll drop her thing down below when I find it. Liz, and then at another table, I believe it's number 1, was the next one over, was 2 more amazing women that I absolutely adored, and they had saved seats as well. So like I said, we kind of just all moved back and forth, and it was exhausting and wonderful. I'm not going to do a play-by-play for the rest of the thing, so shit, I might, I don't know. But anyways, that's when it all started get rolling after I had put my stuff down, and I just looked at this room full of these amazing stitchers and was like, holy crap, I'm here. It's happening. It's happening. It was very, very cool. I'm a very bubbly person when I have the hit points, when I have the energy, when I have the spoons, as some people say. But once those hit points are out, my energy is out. I need to recharge. And I was already feeling some kind of way, I think overwhelmed and uncertain, because you go in here and it is overwhelming, but also you're like, am I gonna, at least for me, am I gonna be too much for people again? Am I gonna offend people that, I necessarily might not want to offend? Am I gonna offend the people that I want to offend? It's like checking off boxes, but thankfully, so many other people didn't have that hang up, and they knew just to come by and be like, oh my God, you're Carla. What have you been up to? How's Iowa? Do you miss Japan? And I was like, hell yeah. And when she talked to me for a few minutes and my mouth flops open, obviously I just get into it. And the stuff that pours out of my mouth is the same thing that pops into my head usually. I am just as surprised as what comes out of here as the rest of you are typically, which probably isn't a great thing. There is a filter that I have. I do have a filter, but it's a selective filter. So who knows what's going to happen. One of the coolest compliments that I got over the weekend was our beautiful RoladexStitches. She was like, I just want to say, I am so happy that you are exactly how you seem in your videos. And she, and that kind of like, I didn't understand it at first, because I guess some people are like, they they might seem a little bit more shy than they are in person, or because it's hard talking to a camera. It's hard just opening up in a lot of ways. And she was like, she's like, I had wondered, if you really, she didn't say if you were that crazy, but you could tell that that's pretty much where she was going. Because there's no denying the fact that I am a different type of soul. And hearing how much she appreciated that just like warmed me. I was like, oh, like I've spent my life like kind of being told to bring it down, to not be me so much, to be so much in general. And to know that, the majority of you that watch appreciate me exactly as I am. That's really, really quite wonderful. So, for all those that have been told over and over and over again that you are too much, that you're too loud, that you are, that you need to bring it down, to watch your tone, to know that that is appreciated, and to know that the people that say that literally can't handle you, and to know that it's okay to be like that. That was very, it was wonderful. It was very affirming to hear. and I adore Lynn. Like, she became my ride or die from that moment. I was like, oh damn. People sneak up on you. Lynn sneaks up on you. She grabbed my heart. So it was, sorry, my mom's talking. Mama Roladex, you gonna be quiet? I'm trying, she says. She's not even talking to anyone. She's just talking to herself. Go downstairs. Go to your room. So many people asked. They were like, oh, is Mama Roladex here this weekend? I was like, and then they looked behind me like they were gonna see her, and they were like, where is she? And I was like, oh, I just chucked her up in my room. I locked her in the bathroom. She's got running water. She'll be fine. I threw a banana at her. Like, no, friends, I wouldn't bring her here and then just not show her. She wanted to see our family she hasn't gotten to see in, the 9 months that she's been here, 8 months, that she's been out here in Iowa with us. So no, she made the decision to go and hang out there and let me have this, I guess. Let me have my moments at StitchCon. So, but I told her how much everyone asked about her, so she was very happy. She has a mother-in-law suite in our basement that has everything she could ever need, so don't think that she's actually locked up. It's fine, I promise. She gets fed. I don't remember where I was going. I have a little bit of notes over here that I do keep referring to, because I knew this episode was going to be all over the place, so I tried to keep it going keep it in line as much as I could. But anyways, like I said, that was, stitching obviously was the main game of that weekend, but knowing that I could see so many people and talk to so many people and interact with people that I had interacted with before was wonderful. So between getting to meet and officially like hug and get a hold of my Steel City Stitcher girls, minus Erica, that was a delight, because we've been very tight, and that just really solidified that weekend that we're not getting rid of each other. So who else? Oh my God. And I hate naming names because I know I'm going to forget someone, and I'm going to feel about this big, because genuinely everyone I got to talk to and got to meet and hug and interact with that weekend, I genuinely loved. I loved every second of it. So please, if I forget to mention you, know that you were still just as big of a part, but that my brain short circuits. and I apologize, and I do feel this big if I've forgotten you, which I know I will, but hey, like I said, EJ, the Sunshine seeing Sheila, who I was like legit too scared to go up to. I was like EJ, of course, she came up and hip checked me as soon as she saw me. So I was like, and I knew before I even turned around, I was like, girl, I know those hips. I turned around, we grabbed each other. I was like, you're amazing. And then, of course, I knew, I was like, if EJ's here, then Sheila is here. And I saw her across the room and I was like, she's not an intimidating person. I don't know, but I just like fangirled real hard. I was like, just like when she finally followed me, I was like, stop. But super awesome. Gosh, there's a lot of people that I adored meeting. I got to see Athena again. Like, not that it wasn't cool seeing her again, but I've already had like a stitching date with her. We've already gotten our hands on each other. So and Athena obviously is stitching Goddess on, as her Flosstube. And she does all the amazing cross stitch related shirts. You know them, you've seen them. Her stuff will be dropped below so you can figure it out. But she's Athena Stitches on Insta, and then Stitching Goddess on Flosstube. And she has her Facebook group. So fun fact, when Carla doesn't get enough sleep, this eye twitches. I thought I got enough sleep, but this eye is twitching. You can just see my eyelashes just doing the fun little twitchy dance. So, but getting to see her again, Athena, was glorious. I got to finally officially meet Beth. I keep wanting to say Blizzy Me, and I'm pretty sure that's not it. It's Busy Me B Stitches. I'll drop her down. Beth Warsaw. What else? There was just so many people, and so many just kind-hearted souls that I had no idea. It was reaffirmating in the fact that it upped my my subscription to kind people and to the fact that there is kindness in the world. That was a lot of what that weekend was, because every time you turn around, there's someone saying, "Here, look, I have these. I have these what are they called? Needle threaders. Here we go. Because that's something you forget. Here are these needle threaders that I made for everyone that's here." I was like, what? And of course, I didn't bring anything because I'm a dick. And, I just forgot part of it, but also, like, I just didn't really think about it. And the people that do think about that kind of stuff, they are the top shelf grade A people that genuinely care about other people, and I'm garbage, and I apologize. But I'll know for next year, because damn, I felt this big. But anyways, every time we turn around, there was someone handing out stitchy kindness between, the needle minders that I received from, even after saying, "Oh no, I actually forgot to bring my needle minders for the exchange, so no, it's fine." They're like, "I didn't ask you if you had one to exchange. I just asked if you wanted one." And I was like, I do want one. So to the 900 people that gave me stitchy minders, I owe you one, friend. Meeting Holly Freeman, Stitchy Pros, was a delight. I have adored her from afar for a while. I love what she stitches. I really just enjoy her overall, and seeing her like in the first day getting to hug and just like interact, it was wonderful. She actually, her mother made this beautiful bag for me. Look at this. Holly picked out the fabric because she knows me. And then her mother stitched it for me. I was like, Holly, what the hell? A card and some beautiful things inside of it. I was like, what the frick? Oh my god. And again, I'm garbage because I have nothing for you. I'm sorry. I'll try to get better, y'all. But it was just, like I said, it was just every time you turn around, there is just goodness shining out of people that that we have sorely lacked in the past, at least I have, in the past 2 years. So it was wonderful. It was top to bottom, beginning to end. The whole weekend was amazing. I took part of the gifts of the Smalls exchange, and let me lean over here. And I was the blue chip, so I was the third one. So Saturday evening was when I got to do my exchange, and I pulled this beautiful set. That's not it. And also, oh, I already put them up. The thread things with the jumpy cables, the magnets with the jumpy cords to hold your fabric all up. But look at this. Look at this beautiful set. The bag was like Halloween wrapped. And I was like, oh, I think I need that. So yeah, so Mary Brand, if you are on, I have not been able to locate you on Instagram or on Flosstube. So if anyone knows of this person, because I would love to send her a note also. I did get to hug her and tell her thank you so much. I don't remember if I got a picture. If I did, it's right here. But I don't remember if I did or not. But look at this. So cute little things. But then also, this is Taboo Kitty Mill Hill Kit. Look at that. It's beautiful. And she put a little magnet on it. So I can just put it right on my light. And it'll just look at me all the time. A cool star button. I've never worked on a Mill Hill kit. I want to. And this kind of definitely cleared it up for me that I definitely want to. But I've never had one either. I never had one gifted. So it was my first ever total all, because that's a word. Aside from, I'm leaning back over, aside from that, the Smalls Exchange, there was a freebie table. Lots of stuff on that freebie table. And I picked a fair few. I had some to drop off, which was great. Stuff that I knew that wasn't really my style that I got to drop off. That I knew that Mom wouldn't want either. So I picked out some stuff for her and obviously some stuff for me. And a lot of like the freebies that everyone had printed off. I saw a lot of those and that was great to have. So everyone was like, oh. So they give you a lanyard and a name tag right when you get into StitchCon. That's in your welcome packet. So I had mine, and I got a fat neck, y'all. I got corny. Stop it! What are you eating? Oh Jesus! Sorry. Anyways, I got a fat neck and a big head, and the lanyard wasn't very long, so it was choking me, so I took it off, and now my kids are calling for me, but I'm going to ignore them because I'm a good mom. I took it off, I cut it in a certain way, and I put my Albus fan club stitching minder here, and then another one, I think it was the screw being a princess, I'm going to be a scientist needle minder, and I just pin it to my shirt every day. Everyone was like, of course you got to be different. And I was like, I mean, yes, I do, but also it was for practicality's sake because I was feeling choky. So yeah, so if you were also feeling choky and did it that way, kudos to us. Thinking outside the box. The annex there at the convention was amazing. Had some really cool trunk shows, stuff that I really didn't need anything, of course, but stuff that came home with me inevitably. I got needles, because I need needles, but I had never had one of these, or if I have, I lost it, and I really, really need one. Shit, Jody, looking at you, my friend. She do need this, and I hope she bought one, because it's one of those corner gauges, so you put this up in the corner of your fabric, like the top left, that sounds right, top left corner, and if you want to leave a 2-inch margin, you put a little dot there, and that's where you start stitching. Or if you want to leave a 3-inch margin, or it's 2.5, and this one's 3. And then you can also tie these little holes, I assume, are going to be for flosses. I worry, has anyone ever used these as floss, like not just these, but has anyone used the wooden one, like their laser cut, which makes them beautiful. But if you ever used these for floss drops, I wonder if it would tear up the floss, even DMC. Am I just being paranoid with that? Or does that actually happen? If you have had experiences, yay or nay, please drop in the comments, let me know. Because it does worry me about getting, just making it more shredded. Putting it in there, rubbing against those kind of hard edges. Let me know. What else? Oh, so I only bought one pattern at Keepsakes, and the annex, and it was this one. I don't even know if this is new, but it's by Tralala, right? Yeah, and it's Jolie Sorcière, so it's going to be the happy witch. Look at her. And again, I would not have, just seeing it like this, I would not have purchased it. But Keepsakes is wonderful, and they had the model right there stitched, and she was freaking gorgeous. Like, beautiful. And I know I can, obviously I have no problem changing colors if I need to, but her wackadoodle hair, I just really enjoyed. And the little vine border. It's good stuff, and I love it. And it's my first Tralala. So I got that. And then I mostly, my plan when I was going into Keepsakes was I wanted to kit up Frogwarts, and then I wanted neutral fabric, which I don't use very often. But my delightful fabric supplier, she thinks that she finds dyeing neutrals boring, which I can probably see is 100% correct. But I needed some. So I went, and the delightful, let's see, oh my god, it was Lenny at Keepsakes. She cracked me up, and I want to just hug her and put her in my pocket and keep her, because I really, really enjoyed interacting with her. And then I believe it was Connie, and then the Gentleman Cutting Fabric. Wonderful, top shelf. They make you feel very, very happy to be spending lots and lots of money. Somehow, I was very happy forking over my credit card. But anyways, I got some good randoms. Look at me with my linen. This is some smoke blue 36 count. And then some random Lugana. This is fiber on a whim. Spicy mustard. Limestone. What else? This one. Oh, and so the majority of these that I got were just out of the bins. And they were fragments? That's not the word. Remnants. There it is. So I got like really good deals on them. Smoky Night, I think it is, from Fabric Flare. Also, I'm going to say this is some sort of even weave. I don't know what this is. It doesn't have a name, but it's a nice silvery gray, which you can't tell. And then I was like, I am channeling my girl, Erin, who I adore. Hello, Erin. And I hadn't got to meet her yet in person, but I needed some gingham. So I got a fat quarter of some good gingham, 28 count. These I think this is all weeks, because that's all the only people who have gingham, apparently, which is odd. But my God, how do I get this apart? Come off it. Oh, son of a dingle hopper. Whatever. Anyways, I got some more. Some gray, some green, and more brown. And then when I went back to Keepsakes the next time, I got this. Look at that red gingham. I think I know what I'm going to put on that, but we'll see. I'll tell you next time if it works out the way I want it to. But yeah, and then Saturday night was my last night, because I obviously had to leave out early Sunday to start heading home, go up north to pick up Mom, and then just to start heading west to drive back to Iowa. So I made sure Saturday night all of my goodbyes were said, and I finally got to go to the late night stitching room and actually like sit and be there for a little bit. I was there for probably 2 hours or so, which was nice. Again, didn't do any stitching. Not a damn one, but that's okay. I got to sit and talk with Janet Jabber, and of course Athena again, and Zan. I loved sitting and talking to you, Zan. Crazy band lady. If I said that right, I will be shocked, but I can see your Instagram handle in my head. But Zan. Is Zan short for something? I meant to ask you when I was sitting there. In my head, it's for Xanadu. And because you remind me of Olivia Newton-John. But maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong or right, tell me. But Zan, coolest fucking name ever. Who else was sitting there? I know Beth and Athena were. And like I said, getting to interact again with the amazingly wonderful Janet Jabber. Like whenever I watch Janet's videos, it just brings me joy. She exudes joy and happiness. And, you know, there's another word that I'm thinking of, but again, I'm tired. But just joy and happiness are two perfect words for her. And it was a delight meeting her. What else? And then, of course, hopped around, getting to sit, and I got to sit and interact with with steno stitches and her husband too, and that was a delight. Shelly, and I just blanked on your husband's name. He's a social butterfly, and I enjoyed the hell out of talking to him. He had, you know, when people are just great storytellers, you could just tell, like, he could be sitting there telling you about how he, you know, was digging through the dirt, and that's all he did was dig through the dirt, and he would have made it interesting, and I found that delightful. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sit and talking to Steph for a while, because how you sometimes hear things, or you think you know people through their floss tubes, because they are in your house almost every week interacting with you, and knowing that Steph is genuinely the same person she is right there on the screen, and then getting to know her more in person. Oops, sorry, I kicked. Was a pleasure, and just getting deep and talking was a delight, and I genuinely enjoyed that. It's good being friends. I like that shit. Keep that up. God, who else? There was a lot, and it was awesome and tiring. Remember I talked about my battery before, and how, like, you know, with my hit points, and if they get below a certain level, I just kind of, you know, twitch out. I go into some weird, you know, fugue state, and I don't know what I said. That's the way I existed most of that weekend, and hopefully I didn't freak anyone out too badly. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I stayed there way too late, like 2 a.m. or maybe 1 a.m. I don't know. It was close to 4 before I actually fell asleep. That's all I know. And then I got up at 7 to go drive back to Iowa, well, to pick up Mom and drive back. So hence the several little power naps that I had to take. Wonderful, though. Wonderful. I'm going to show you a little bit of stitching now that I've talked at you for fucking 30 minutes. I brought this to StitchCon. Did not put a damn stitch in it, and that's okay. It's probably for the best. This is my Frogwarts year 1. Look how much I've gotten done, y'all. Last night I wanted to open this up so you can see the full thing and how beautiful she is. Fun fact, in Frogwarts year 2, if you are not a part of that yet, like, you know, as in if you're not a part of it yet, I don't think you can be a part of it, but if you are in the Facebook group, Katie and Laura finally dropped it's not a sneak peek, it's like she dropped the picture of what the pattern's gonna look like for year 2. She dropped it last night, and it is glorious. I have loved every stitch of doing this band down here. It's beautiful. And mind you, I loved every stitch of doing the rest of this too, but I thought this was going to be monotonous. I love it. I love stitching that. And I was hoping she was going to bring it back for this year, and she did. And it looks wonderful. The whole pattern. Beautiful, beautiful. So, last night I finished giving Fluffy his first head down here. Then we got head number 2 and head number 3, and then all I have left after that is the mirror of Irised. All I have left after that. I mean, it's a big fucking mirror, so get ready. But super stoked. Frogwarts year 2 retreat starts the second weekend in July. Does that sound right, y'all? I'm pretty sure it is, because then I leave for Vegas the 3rd weekend. I think that's right. But yeah, that's how I keep track of my days in the summer, like what the hell's going on each weekend. But oof, look at that. Love it, love it, love it. That's the only stitching I did since getting back from the retreat. I did want to share this with you though, because I have worked on this since the last time we talked. I don't remember if I told you I was going to work on it though. But this is this pattern. It's all Hallows Eve sampler. Well, of course it's in plastic, so we have glare. But it's Joan Elliott, and it's beautiful. This is my very first Joan Elliott. I think her other designs are beautiful, but not really my style. This right here though, this is my jam. Love it. And of course I had to change it because of who I am as a person. So, this is where I'm at. Obviously I changed the colors, and then I know that we all stitch the alphabet, but I can't handle just stitching the alphabet. So I changed it up, and I put this quote in from A Wrinkle in Time, and it says, it's by, is it Mrs. Witch? Or Mrs. Who? Anyways, I normally know, but I'm tired. And it says, "Wild nights are my glory." And I did my own recharting on this, which is unheard of for me. Normally I just kind of like slapdash it with some haberdashery. I don't enjoy my spacing here on the word R. And I'm 10 to 1 gonna have to rip that out, which is unfortunate. But it's just too spacey. And this the glory looks off because I don't have this part mimicked over here yet, but it will be centered. I did a lot of counting. Again, which is unusual for me, because I'm not a great counter, but there it is. So, yeah, that's what I worked on. What else? I'm going to refer to my notes for a second. It was my birthday, and like I said earlier, happy 38th to me, woot woot. It's going to be a damn good year. I've decided it. And I got an amazing package from my beautiful friend, Deanna. She's darling and whimsy. She does all the amazing, she does a lot of beautiful patterns, but she does the quirky Quakers. Of course, you know, the Porg that I did and all the other ones. Right now, she's getting ready to start a sal of, I can't remember the exact hashtag, but it's like quirky mythicals. And it's the Yeti, which could also be the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, a unicorn, and the Loch Ness Monster. Hello, yes please. So I have to figure out fabric that I'm going to do on that one. Today's the 20th. I actually believe that sal was scheduled to start today. I will not be starting it today. Just FYI, in case anyone was wondered, I will not be starting it today. But eventually I will, because I will. Anyways, she sent me an amazing package of some needle minders and pens and some fabric. And I'm just going to show the front of this card that she sent me. This is how I know that she gets me. Hello, ma'am. It must be your birthday. What the fuck? Yeah, my girl knows me. She knows me. It's good shiz. I came home also to a wonderful package from the delightful Karina Bags Plus. Look at this. This is one of her new designs. First, hello dragons. And then this. So our typical floss buddy that we have here, or flip, either way, and with a little zippered pouch down at the bottom for all your accoutrement and your notions that you might need. In a pen holder? I think there's an actual word for this. But I also plan on shoving scissors in there because that's what I do. She sent me a couple more of little Floss Buddy flips that I will be doing as a giveaway here soon too. So that was a delightful little present to walk into. I was like, ooh, thank you. And then my daughter, like I said, I got lots of wonderful non-stitchy things for my birthday as well from the family. And then my beautiful, amazing Rowan, the key to my heart. She's been into resin lately, remember? And she made this for me. Like, and she was like, I did get into your floss, but not the fancy kind. And she's like, this is just some. But now looking at it, this is definitely fancy floss. That's, oh, maybe not. It's okay. It doesn't matter. She's like, I wanted to glue, and she did it so. It's like, if you ever wonder what crusty floss feels like, it is this. It's not good. But anyway, she put keep stitching. I was like, honey, and she's like, I know. She's like, I want you to hang it up on your cross stitch wall. I was like, of course I will. Of course I will. I like every day. I know that I'm not worthy of my kids and the love that my family has bestowed on me, but You know, there are just extra days where it just hits home even more. Like, there's no way I've done enough in my life to earn this kind of love. And it's humbling. It's humbling and wonderful. And that's honestly how I feel every time I interact with anyone who watches me or, you know, says, oh, I really appreciate your videos. It has helped so much. It's helped with my anxiety or my depression, or, you know, you just lifted my spirits a little bit. It's helped, and that's how I feel every time. And it's again, it's the goodest of shits. It's good shit. I really love it. I got a message on one of my I have a buy me a coffee link, and someone put, it was anonymous, so I don't even know who this was, but it said, I was in a really dark place when I started watching you, and I think I had come into your Flosstubes like when you were about 12 in, and being able to start from the beginning with your Flosstubes and watch your progression and how you struggle also with depression and anxiety, and, you know, that you're open with it. It has helped me crawl out of that hole. And reading that was it was amazing, because we sit and we talk to these boxes, and we watch these people in these boxes, these little magic squares that where our friends live, you know, our TVs, our phones, anything. And so many times we think that we're just talking into a vacuum, and we're not. And being reminded of that, and having that, you know, brought so forward into the front of it is it's a big deal. And knowing that I've helped even just one person is it's scary, because it's like, oh, I'm not ready for that pressure. But also it's helpful. It makes me feel good too, in knowing that, talking about my journey, talking about how my sporadic brain works has somehow connected with someone else and helped them kind of figure out where they're at in their journey as well. And that was a really cool thing. And they were like, please, you know, keep making Flosstubes, keep being you. And I was like, you like me? You like me as me? That's weird. What's wrong with you, friend? No, sorry. Remember how I joke every time it gets uncomfortable? It's even more in real life. But yeah, so if you ever feel like you need something to talk about something, or have, you know, just a random discussion about how crazy our minds work, feel free to message me. My email is dropped below, but also I'm always available on Instagram. DM me, do whatever. It's fun stuff, and it is it's necessary stuff. So yeah, I have that buy me a coffee link down below if you ever want to say something like that. I guess, I don't know, it feels like panhandling at this point. I might take it down, but it's a cool way to reciprocate, I guess. I know I've done it with several of my friends, and they say leave it up even if you feel weird, so here I am. I've gotten off subject. I also want to touch on real quick that today is June 20th, but yesterday was Juneteenth, the 19th of June 2021. The let's just say yay that the United States government has finally stepped up and done what they should have done a long ass time ago, and made Juneteenth a federal holiday. Let's give them a round of applause for doing the bare fucking minimum. Sorry, I'm a little cynical in the way I look at it, because, like, at the same time, it is a step. It is an important step, and in showing our friends that have been so hurt and segregated and just punished by how our laws work in so many ways, that they are getting this holiday for that. But also it feels very much like a performance, because at the same time they also shot down all of the banning of lynching laws and the possibility to to tell our nation's actual history instead of, you know, this glorified whitewashed history about how black people were just here to hang out. It's like, no, that's not how that was. So if this holiday came with, you know, hey, yes, we're also going to tell the true history of our nation and how we fucked up a lot, but we are trying now to make reparations in against our, you know, our mess ups. That would be way better. But hey, we got a day off work. I'm cynical about that one. Like I said, sorry, I have a lot of feelings about it because it is literally the bare minimum that they could have done. And honestly, let's shout out to the true MVPs, Miss Opal Lee, who has fought for this day for 25 years, and then also is Barbara Rose Collins, who suggested this federal holiday in, I believe, let's see, 25 years, 1996. She was like, hey, can we do this? And she introduced the bill to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. And now it's finally done in 2021. So yeah, 25 years later. Sorry, again. But hey, anyone who doesn't like me talking about this, and anyone who thinks that these things should be kept off of my channel can take a hike directly straight to the fucking left. I'm not having that bullshit here. Don't come at me, because you're not going to enjoy the way that's going to fall out. I will not be quiet on my page. It costs you nothing just to ignore and move the fuck on. Yeah. Keeping it real since '83. I love you guys. It was a long video. Oh shit, we're closing in on 55 minutes. Let's see if I can get out of here without making it too awkward. I bet I can't. Also, Julie, Colorado, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. Go check out her new video. If you see a certain black jacket floating around, let's go thank her for that, because it's good shit. I've not got to watch the video in its entirety yet, but it is very much on my list for today once things actually calm down. Yeah. Let me check notes. Birthday gifts. StitchCon. That's it. I am going to keep working on Frogwarts until that's done. That's kind of my plan where I'm at. Because the retreat's coming up, and I need to start on year 2 now. So I need to do that. Sorry, I was checking to make sure I forgot nothing. That's it. That's all I got. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you read all the information in the box below, because that will have all of the names that I've, didn't say properly or forgot to mention or anything like that. And let me know what's going on in your worlds, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.